Good morning, Presiding Officer, Area Director Nishu Ma'am, Division Director Milind Sir, DTM Abjit Joy, Toastmaster of the Day Samit, Toastmasters, and dear guests. I am Sai Sweta and I will be the SAA for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 175th meeting of our Wipro Rendezvous Toastmaster Club. Yes, give a big round of applause for all of us. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention the ground rules which we follow in our Toastmaster meeting. Please turn off your mobile phones or put them on silent mode. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please put yourself on mute if you are not speaking. Please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, our Toastmaster Club also has a mission. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide a mutual, supportive, and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I announce this meeting as open and let me introduce a man who loves cooking, who is an architect by profession, who is very hardworking and disciplined. If there is any work, he won't sleep even. He will complete it even though it is 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., no matter what. So you all know about whom I am talking. It's Rajendra. Please put your hands together to welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Rajendra. Over to you, Rajendra.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sweta, for such a warm welcome. And I apologize. I think today someone has come to install the solar panel and they started hitting it when I just started speaking. So just apologize for that. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 175th Wipro Rendezvous Toastmaster Club. How are you doing today? Yeah.
Doing great.
Yeah, thank you. So milestones are the moments of something special in the life. So milestones are not to make us feel satisfied, but to keep us energized for the next milestone. Okay. So it is not like a pit stop like what we have in Formula One car, or we just stop and rest, but it is a stage where we look back, cherish our moments, how long we have come through. We can look back and see what we did, and we can enjoy those moments. And we can increase our level, or we can increase our bar, and we can strive for next stride, or instead of being content. Okay. And I feel like yesterday, like we just celebrated our 150th milestone meeting, and it was on August 29, 2021. And the beauty of online meeting is we continuously had a meeting. Okay. And what I've noticed, even we had a less attendance, we collaborated with other clubs, and so our count kept on increasing. And I still remember when I gave my icebreaker, it was a 65th chapter meeting, and today is 175th. So almost I'm 60% of time with this club. Okay. And so instead of talking much, since we got a lengthy meeting, I'm not going to share you the video. I will share you the clip, which will show you how, since inception, how the club went through. And let me share you the small 2 minutes clip since our last meeting till today, what we have achieved or what we have gone through. So just let me share my screen. Let me know if the audio is visible.
Wipro Rendezvous Toastmasters Club of Pune celebrated their 150th milestone meeting on August 29, 2021, where President Rajendra cherished the moments since club inception with a video clip, and also Division Director Toastmaster Milind Patwardhan addressed the gathering, and appreciated the club efforts being a fighter club and being resilient. Also, club had panel discussion on humorous speech contest and evaluation speech contest where distinguished Toastmaster Sumit Das moderated the session with champion guest speakers. Still, club had challenges in maintaining members' strength and conducting regular meetings, but it was able to manage the show by getting in outside role players. During September renewal cycle, club somehow managed to maintain minimum 8 membership count. Club conducted many membership drives and open house in order for new members to join in. Now gradually the membership count were increasing. Club successfully conducted humorous speech contest and evaluation speech contest, where Toastmaster Anamika and Toastmaster Rajendra represented club at area level, while Toastmaster Anamika further prevailed till division level and secured third place in humorous speech contest. Also, Toastmaster Anamika represented club in Tall Tales contest, while different members like Toastmaster Shanthala, Toastmaster Sweta participated in different contest role players, and Toastmaster Rajendra played roles as Sergeant as arm in division level contest. Meanwhile, our membership strength increased to 13 till December 2021. Since the club had most of new members, it requested for club coach, which was successfully allocated by district. We had Toastmaster Vidhita, who was appointed our club coach, and she brought along with her experience to tackle the challenges which this club was facing. We had new ExCom officer appointed for next term from January 2022 to July 2022, with Toastmaster Shanthala appointed as president. Membership strength keep on increasing and currently we are at 16. Club is distinguished now with 6 DCP points, and further we believe we can be select distinguished or president distinguished if we complete our education goal. And today we are here at our 100.
So I hope you enjoyed this video, and as you can see, the time flies, and it's always fun having fun along the enthusiastic Toastmasters. So good morning again, and and today we have our division director, our area director, along with us. So I would request our division director, Toastmaster Milind Patwardhan. So Milind Patwardhan is a mechanical engineer. He's done his MBA from IIM Bangalore. He's got 35 years of corporate experience in marketing and business development in India and Middle East. He is a Toastmaster since for last 5 years. He has served as a VP Education President, Area Director, and presently Division Director. And he's also working as a freelance corporate trainer in the field of communication and leadership. So please put your hands together for our Division Director to address us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody from Wipro Rendezvous Club. Are you able to hear me? Rajendra, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear you. Yeah.
So yesterday morning, when I saw Rajendra's mail, I was bamboozled, because I didn't realize that suddenly 25 meetings have passed by and that you are already on to your 175th meeting. For your information, me, Nishu, we are in Hyderabad. There is a district conference of all the district officers where we meet and we review the performance of our district, our division, our area, and our clubs. So we were there, and then we said that somehow we will join this meeting because we would like to celebrate your successes. You have done a very good for yourself in this last 1 year. And I must congratulate all the members, the new members who have joined, the ExCom of the previous term, this term, all of you for doing a fantastic job. Yesterday we had a review, and in which we presented the performance of our various clubs, and I can tell you that everybody was very, very happy with the way Wipro Rendezvous Club has performed in this last 1 year. And I am bringing you compliments from the district director, DTM Mukta Nadkar, Sanjay R, who's the club road director, and me and Nishu for a wonderful performance that you have put up. And I'm very glad that you have set even higher targets. In fact, on your behalf, Rajendra and team, I have promised them that you will touch a membership count of 25 by 30th June. And please go for it, do it, and prove to everybody that you are one of the best clubs in the division that we have. Okay, so with these few words, I am going to hand over the control to Nishu, who will say a few words, and then we will disconnect because we are right now in a taxi traveling to some place. So we have just stopped the taxi and having a chat with you. So please excuse us after we speak. We will not be continuing in the meeting because the connections are not too good. So over to you, Nishu.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. And first of all, I would like to celebrate 175th meeting in Wipro Club. Touching 175th is not easy. We know the pain, struggle, and challenges. But I'm really glad and amazed to see the efforts you are putting. And even I have seen that the EXCO member is becoming very active and they have started taking action to run the meeting smoothly. So I request you all to please start taking up active role and conducting regular meeting effectively so that we can see the difference. And all the best to all the role players and speakers and all the guests for our 75th meeting. We are going to achieve more victories in our club. Thank you.
All right. So over to you, Rajendra. And we will maybe in 1 minute, we will disconnect from this meeting. Okay.
Okay. So thank you, Toastmaster Area Director and Division Director, for your kind words. And definitely we are at 6 TCP points, and I think we can make it to President. So thank you. So I see we got few guests, and also we got a guest speaker. So before that, let me take a couple of introduction. Pallavi, if you can unmute yourself and if you could introduce yourself, like what brings you here. Or any of the guests, if you can come for. Yeah, Pallavi. So for the benefit of the guests, this is a non-profit organization. Is exactly started 97 years back. Started by Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. Okay, and last week, 22nd of February was his birthday, 144th. So and currently we got clubs around 146 countries, more than 16,000 clubs, and more than 370,000 members. And currently we have 11 different pathways with different competencies. So if you have any questions, please hang on. Today is going to be an exciting meeting. We are going to have an arena, many gifts, many prizes. So just stay tuned. Don't just log out. And also we have got a guest speaker who is going to show you how we can ace our impromptu speaking skill. Okay, so impromptu speaking skill it will help you in your day-to-day life. Suddenly, if a microphone is in front of you, how you will speak, right? So there is a famous quote by Marianne Witch. It says, "Impromptu thoughts are mental wildflowers." Okay, so what happens if someone gives you a topic? So at that time, it might happen you don't understand, you might choke, you might get blacked out, or that you might be bombarded with so many thoughts. So we have a guest Toastmaster who will show us how we can craft and deliver a table topic, better speech, and also we got upcoming contest. And today's theme, Rendezvous with Toastmaster. So I will not explain much because we got a wonderful Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Samit will explain a lot. And I see you can, I'm not able, there is a lot of background noise. So Toastmaster Samit is a Toastmaster for almost 11 years. He has got a dual membership, like he's a member of 2 clubs. And by profession is a digital architect, partner for banking and financial services. He loves reading, speaking, sharing insight. He treats every day as a new one. And one more thing, he doesn't get a kick if he doesn't attend a Toastmaster meeting at least in a weekend. So please put your hands together for our wonderful, our veteran, seasoned Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Samit Das.
Thank you, President. President of the day, Toastmaster Rajendra, and thank you everybody. Thank you for a generous introduction. I see so many people, and it's really difficult to just think that we have completed 175th chapter meeting. We were just a baby like 3 years back, and we started meeting 4 years back, and it's very difficult to think that we have passed 4 years by now. It just seems that day. Okay. But if we get before getting started, and Rajendra, we have got a background noise. The moment you started speaking, your background noise has started. But instead of that, you started speaking. So that is like Toastmasters journey. Like irrespective of whatever happens, if you are a Toastmaster, you love coming in front of the camera or coming in onto the stage and speaking on purpose. That is what Toastmasters is all about. Now, I would like to quickly check out with you. What do you think is the biggest fear of human beings? You know, what is the biggest fear of human being? I was asked this question on the very first day of Toastmasters. What is the biggest fear? Anybody? Just one person?
If you're put on spot or getting out of your comfort zone.
Okay. Okay. So going beyond your comfort zone is the biggest fear. Yeah. Gokul has raised his hand. Gokul?
Yeah. So when we speak with someone, so we think that whether they will like our speak or not. So we
acceptance. Your acceptance is a fear. Huh? Okay. Right. Okay. Wonderful. Now, I was asked the same question the first day I came to a Toastmasters meeting. Okay. And okay, so people are joining. I'm also accepting. Okay. So, and the Toastmaster told that he asked me, and I said, death. I said, death is the biggest fear. He said, no, not death. The biggest fear of human being is public speaking. Okay. And he said, of course, the second biggest fear is death. But do you know what is the third biggest fear? I said, no. He said, the third biggest fear is dying while speaking. Okay. And he said, if you die while speaking, you will be reborn as a Toastmaster. So don't wait for your death. Join Toastmaster now. Okay. So that was the pitch for me to join Toastmasters. I still remember that day I came to a Toastmasters meeting. First day I came to a Toastmasters meeting, it was a physical meeting. I sat 2 rows behind, okay, and at the corner, I was not in formals. I was just in t-shirt and jeans and flip-flop. Okay, I didn't know Toastmaster is a forum where you have to be well professionally attired every time you step into a meeting, because once you speak, you stand for what you speak. And if you want people to listen, and if you want to influence people, your dressing should reflect that. And that's when Toastmasters dressing informals came in. Okay. But the first day is interesting for something else. I was called up by the table topic speaker, and I was just thinking whether I should go or not, because I have flanked many times before that, not just in Toastmasters, in impromptu speaking many times, but I just somehow went. And the Toastmaster gave me a topic. What will you do if today is the last day of your life? See, in your first day in Toastmasters, somebody gives you a topic. What will you do if today is the last day of your life? What will you do? I thought, I hope today is not the last day, because the biggest fear is public speaking. And I spoke. I don't know what I spoke. I spoke for 2 minutes. I came back to my seat and everybody applauded. Still today, I remember those 120 seconds on the stage. Every time I step into Toastmaster, maybe in virtual meeting, maybe in a Toastmasters meeting, and every time I try to speak on something, I still remember those 120 seconds. Because for me, Toastmaster is not just standing on the stage and speak, because over a period of time you happen to do that. But Toastmasters is a place where even if you're not good, even if you are trying to do something, people will applaud for you. This is the place where people always keep on motivating you, supporting you, and at the end of the day, they applaud for you, they root for you. And that is what Toastmasters is. We have known about the mission of the Toastmasters. There are a few guests. You have known how Toastmasters have actually over the years has changed the lives of people. And Rajendra has spoken slightly about that. It's a non-profit organization in more than 140 countries, more than 300,000 people. It's an incredible feat. But for me, Toastmaster is about giving that encouragement, motivation, and the belief in you that you can stand and speak. And that's what I mean by Rendezvous with Toastmasters. See, when our club was first formed, the name was to be kept, and we were brainstorming, and somebody came up with this word, Rendezvous, Rendezvous, Rendezvous. Last time I heard, and last time and first time I've heard of this word before that was like, that Rendezvous with Semi Garewal, that program. And I couldn't spell it, but we thought that since our club is very special to us, we should keep this name so that at least we learn a word while naming our club. And that's why, and it's more than 4 years. And as we look back, I think this has not just added one word to our vocabulary. With every chapter meeting, we have learned so many things. We have learned how to speak. Many of us have learned how to speak. Many of us have learned how to shoulder responsibilities. Our past president, Toastmaster Rajendra, who is playing the role of president today, he has shouldered responsibilities just like a person standing. They say a man with conviction is a majority, and he has stood for it number of times. Okay, and many of us have learned to manage things, and most of it all, with every passing meeting, all of us have learned how to work as a team. Okay, and that is what for me is Rendezvous with Toastmasters. I've got some more things to talk about, but for the interest of time, let us get started. Now, for just like every meeting, this meeting also has got a few segments, and we have got a very interesting segment today, which is a guest speaker. But before I introduce, Abhay, can you get on mute? I'll mute you. Okay, so before I introduce the guest speaker, I would like to introduce the role players. But before I introduce the role players, let me give you an outline of today's meeting. Our general Toastmasters meeting has got 3 segments: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. Today we have got 4 segments. The first is a guest speech, is to be delivered by a distinguished Toastmaster. I'm going to introduce him later on. But after that, we are going to have all 3 other regular segments. Okay. First of all, I would like to introduce you the role players, because without these role players, without teaming up, no meeting happens. Okay, and that's why I would like to introduce the role players. Okay, and these special role players, I would like to introduce the first role player, who is going to play the role of timers. Okay, Toastmaster meeting is just like a project. It starts on time and is supposed to end on time only if somebody manages the time well, and this person is going to manage the time for us. He's a chemical engineer. He's with Toastmasters for about a few months now. He has got more than 12 years of experience in oil and gas industry, and now with IT industry. He is an MBA, is a certified project management professional. His hobbies are long distance running, reading, playing table topics, traveling, running. Toastmasters is about being able to run the run of your life. Put your hands together for our timer today, Toastmaster Manmeet.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Summit. Good morning all. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and all dear guests. So as a timer, my duty is to keep track of every minute of the meeting and note down the exact timings of all the speakers, including the prepared speeches, evaluations, and the table topic speeches, and all the other role players as well. I'll also indicate green, yellow, and red flags to alert the speaker at specific milestone to help him or her to finish their speeches and reports. So when a speaker reaches the minimum time allotted, I will turn on the green card. When a speaker reaches the exact midpoint of the time range allotted, I will turn on the yellow card. And when a speaker reaches the end of his speaking time, I will turn on the red card. The speaker then has 30 seconds grace to close his or her speech in order to qualify for the vote. I will report my qualifying times when called upon throughout the meeting. Back to you, distinguished Toastmaster Summit.
Yeah. Thank you, Manmeet. That was a very crisp way of introducing the timer role. I think only the timing card was not shown. I don't know whether you couldn't share the screen, but that's fine. If you want to show that one on.
Sure, I will share my screen.
Yeah.
And
just show the green, yellow, and red, the cards, and when you are going to show them for the benefit of people. Yeah.
Sure. So this is the green card, which I will show when you're on time. The yellow once you have bypassed the time, and the red one at the end of the time. Yeah, and I'll sharing the timer too. Yeah, back to you, distinguished Toastmaster Summit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thank Thank you. So with that, I'm not on mute. Okay. With that, we come to the second role player. Okay. And the second role player is going to play the role of accountant. He's Toastmaster for just few months now, but I have been amazed by his sense of discipline and commitment to Toastmasters, because every meeting I join in, I see that he's playing a major role. Okay. And he's in Wipro for last 3 years, has more than 8 years of experience, and currently working as a technical lead in one of the largest banking accounts of Wipro. Please put your hands together for our accountant today, Toastmaster Gokul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samit. So yeah, good morning, Mr. President, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. Today I am going to play the role of a counter. A counter is the major role. So to become a follow speaker, we need we need to take care of the some things like crutch, repeated word, filler words, so and unnecessary pauses. So I'm going to take care of all those things. So crutch is like who, her, filler word like so, like, and unnecessary pauses. So at the end of the meeting, when called upon, I will present my report. Over to you, Toastmaster Samit. Thank you.
Thank you, accountant. That was a very crisp and detailed explanation of your role and what is expected from the accountant and how you are going to evaluate the other meeting role players. Okay, so with that, I come to the other role player. Okay, and she's a Toastmaster for just about few weeks, and she has joined Wipro last year. Okay, and is a team lead, test lead, has worked earlier with Persistent, joined Wipro recently. I have incidentally evaluated her icebreaker speech, so I know more than what she has told me as her introduction. Her hobbies are reading and traveling, and I am sure she is going to travel a long distance in Toastmasters. Please put your hands together for our grammarian, Toastmaster Vaibhavi.
Thank you, DTM Samit, for such a warm welcome. So today I would be playing the role of grammarian, which is very important in Toastmaster, and when we speak, using the correct usage of word and the idioms and correct grammar is important in our day-to-day life to convey our thoughts. So today I would word of the day is bamboozled. Bamboozled means just a minute. Bamboozled means to fool or cheat someone or to deceive. Example is the magician bamboozled me out of my money. One more example is it is said that poor people often get bamboozled by money lenders. Can someone like to try with the word bamboozle?
OTT platforms bamboozle us of our time in every day of our life.
Yeah, nice. Thanks, Sumit. And the idiom of the day is break a leg. That means good luck. Examples like I know you can do it, break a leg. One more example is I hope you break a leg at job interview. So can someone please give a try?
Yes, I want to.
Yeah, please, Steven.
For upcoming meets, I would like to say break a leg to the Wipro.
Yeah, good. Yeah, thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Vaibhavi, for explaining your role in detail. So with that, we have introduced our timer, accounter, and grammarian. Okay, another role player today. Okay, I'm just slightly confused. Rajendra, you are going to play the role of general evaluator, or Triveni is going to play?
Triveni is general evaluator.
Okay, so you have written PONG. Okay, so you remove that from your name. Okay, fine. So, okay. Just a second. Sorry. Yeah. So now every meeting, or for that matter, Toastmasters meeting is incomplete until and unless you know what you need to improve in the next meeting, right? And for that, evaluation comes in as one of the most important things. They say champions learn even when they fall down. Okay, and to make it a learning experience, there will be evaluators. But to orchestrate these evaluations, we need a general evaluator. And this is a very important role. And today, this role is going to be played by a special Toastmaster. She's Toastmaster Triveni. She joined Toastmasters Club about 2.5 years back. She's part of another club, Nagpur Toastmasters Club. I think it's a different name of the club, but she's in a different Toastmasters Club based out of Nagpur. By profession, she's a project engineer. She enjoys reading novels, playing volleyball, and cycling, and of course, speaking. Please put your hands together for our general evaluator, Toastmaster Triveni.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit, for wonderful introduction. So, a pleasant Sunday morning to one and all present over here. I am Toastmaster Triveni, General Evaluator for today's meet. For benefits of the guest, the General Evaluator evaluates everything that takes place during the meeting. And in addition, General Evaluator evaluates the conduct the evaluation round of the meeting, and also responsible for the overall evaluation team, like speech evaluator and tag team. So I would be back with my report when called upon. Over to you, General Evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Summit.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I think all the role players have been introduced. Now you must be waiting for this segment, which is a special segment in today's meeting, and a guest speaker is going to, tell us what Toastmasters is and why we are here. And I'm sure you are going to be, breaking a leg as you hear to him. Before that, I would just like to check quickly with Abhijit. Your logistics are fine? Abhijit, can you hear me? Abhijit, can you hear me? Is it only me, or can we hear him, Rajendra?
No.
We can't, right? Okay.
He was there. I think he dropped off.
Abhijit is there. Abhijit, can you try to unmute yourself and just confirm whether you can hear us? Then I'll start introducing you.
Yes, DTM Summit.
Okay.
Just give me about a few minutes. I'll just try logging in from another device. The thing is that there isn't power at my place, and hence the challenge that I'm facing because of low battery. Just give me about a few minutes to help me try with some other device.
Sure. No problem. You take your time. So I'll just introduce. I think should I have the first speaker first, Rajendra, President? Can we have the first speech?
Yeah, we can have first speech.
Okay. Sure. So with that, let us get started with our meeting, Rendezvous with Toastmasters. And our rendezvous with Toastmasters in today's meeting is first going to be with prepared speeches. Okay. And the first speaker today is as a special Toastmaster. Okay, just a second. Okay, so she's going to attempt her second speech of level 1 from the path innovative planning. Okay, and before I introduce her, I will like to request her evaluator, Toastmaster Rajendra, to read out the objective of her speech, please.
Sure. So my dear target speaker, Toastmaster Vidita, she's going to attend her second speech of her pathway innovative planning. Okay, so she already delivered her first speech and she's going to incorporate the feedback what she got. So the project name is Evaluation and Feedback. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback and apply the feedback to the second speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to demonstrate he or she has applied the feedback received from her first speech. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Yeah, thank you, evaluator. Okay, and now about the speaker, she's a Toastmaster since May 2019. So about it will be 3 years very soon. She's a member of STS Baner Club. Okay, that is another Toastmasters club if you don't know. And she is a technical lead by profession, and she has passion for any open source products. Okay, and I have read a fantastic article by Mark Anderson. He said, open source is free, but is not free. Okay, and that is where the business is. And she also loves to explore many such open source products. Okay, and other than work, she likes to spend her time in writing poetry. Okay, and tech blogging. One right brain, another for the left brain. Okay, and please put your hands together for our first speaker and the only speaker of today, our club coach, Toastmaster Vidita K. Over to you, Vidita. Can you just check your audio and video? We can see you.
Am I audible and visible?
Yeah, you are audible as well. Okay.
DTM Summit, my speech title is How Much is Too Much? Maybe you'd like to introduce that.
Sure.
How much is too much?
How much is too much? Toastmaster Vidita. Toastmaster Vidita, how much is too much? Over to you.
Hey, isn't that too much oil in your dish? I think you're eating too much rice, and all of that will go around your waist in no time, you see. How many of you all have heard this phrase in your daily life? Give me a raise of hands, please. Okay, I do see a few hands. Oftentimes, when we show our concern to others, we are termed as too caring or too much. And that makes me wonder, what is the yardstick that people are using to gauge me? How to find out that what is too much for me or for you or for anyone else? Let's find out that in my today's speech, in the areas of dietary habits, lifestyle, and in life generally. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, and the Toastmaster of the Day, TTM Summit. I'm here to deliver my Level 1 Project 2 of the Pathways Innovative Planning with the speech title, How Much is Too Much? Starting with the field of dietary habits, these days we see a lot of people keeping a check on their diets, or they are aware of what they are eating on a daily basis. Some prudently follow it and some moderately follow it. I am from the category of moderation. I always keep a check on my diet whenever I'm going outside, eating out, and do a quantitative check on the amount of sugar, fats, etc. But the definition of moderation changes from person to person. Everything in moderation is a very simple piece of advice every nutritionist gives these days to promote healthy eating habits. But I have also seen that the definition of moderation changes in the same person in the different situation and the basis of mood in which they are. And that defines that what they are going to eat or indulge into. In all such situations, I always listen to the signals which my body gives to me. That helps me to gauge the quantities of food I intake, and therefore I would like to depend on my bodily rhythm. Talking about the field of social media, everything is too much these days. Too much content, too much mindless scrolling, too much wastage of time. When there was a stricter lockdown, social media was our window to look outside our houses and beyond our streets. But slowly, when the time passed, I felt that I was getting too much involved in that, and that was eating up my whole of my natural CPU. Therefore, I decided that I would like to keep a check on that. And I deleted all the app versions of the social media apps that I had in my mobile and switched to the web version of it. So that in that way, I tricked my mind to not use it occasionally, and I do not get those notifications so fast. Slowly, by following it over a period of 3 months, now I am in my own control and keep checking my feeds only when I like to. And that has helped me. Coming to think of this phrase, how much is too much now in the emotional spectrum of life? We get to hear that you are worrying too much, you are happy too much, or you're caring too much. What is this too much? It could be different for me. It could be different for DTM Summit. It could be different for Toastmaster Rajendra. How do you gauge your emotional spectrum and keep a check on it? If you ask me, if I'm getting indulged into something or someone and I'm not reciprocated back in the same manner, what do? I draw a boundary. Yes, that boundary keeps me in check so that it is not affecting my peace of mind. It is very important that we know that how much of the emotions can we intake and how much of the emotions can we keep in check by drawing a boundary. We do a lot and then we expect and fall into the trap of this expectation cycle. Rather, we should do our best and forget the rest. I know it is easier said than done, but that is the only sustainable way of living a life full of contentment and peace. Don't you all agree with me? Now, if I have to combine all these three facets of life, from food to your time on social media or in general your life, I'd like to conclude by saying or summarize in a way that to each his home. Every person has in this Toastmasters meeting room have their own definition of moderation or the own definition of boundary, and that can also stretch in different situations. To me, I always say that if I'm not drifting a lot from my fundamental value system in pleasing other people, I'm just doing fine. And trust me, sometimes we have to keep telling ourselves this. To keep a check on ourselves, we have to connect to our inner conscious. And that helps me all the time because often times we are looking for this affirmation from outside, the validation from outside, but all of that lies within us. Don't you think so? Tia Modi, back to you.
Absolutely. Please have a big round of applause for Speaker Vidita. This is a fabulous speech. How much is too much? And please share your feedback with her on the chat. Okay, I'll hold here for 15 seconds, maybe 20 seconds. Please select her name and share your feedback with her on Teams chat. Okay, how much is too much? And how do you trick your mind? If you want me also to have a takeaway from her speech, that was how to trick your mind. And Toastmasters know this so well, how to trick your mind. Okay, any Sachin Tendulkar fan in the audience? Raise your hand. Okay, I think so many. Okay, Sachin Tendulkar has, if you just look at his one-day records, okay, it's not every match. So he has got 49 centuries, of course, and his average is more than 45, which is one of the best in the world. Okay, very few people have got around 50 that space. Okay, as an average career average, he has got 49 centuries. But do you know how many times he has been out at zero? More than 20 times. Less than 10, more than, I think more than 30 times. Okay, less than 20, so many times. Okay, If you see Sachin Tendulkar's record, I think he has scored less than 20, more than 70% of his time. Okay, and 30% of his time he has gone beyond 20. And if he has gone beyond 20, most likely he has made 50 or 100. Okay, very similar to Rohit Sharma's statistics. Okay, now, so Sachin Tendulkar has realized that what stood out as a performer is not just one performance, not just what you do as a Toastmaster, also what you do once on the stage is important. What Sachin Tendulkar, just like what Sachin Tendulkar believed, is life is a series of performances. Toastmasters is also a series of performances. Today you have done something, given a fabulous speech, and you have won the winner's ribbon. Next day you come, you probably lose out. You have not done that well. You have done the best evaluation today. The next week, the next speech evaluation is not that well. Or you have delivered a speech, you thought that you have delivered the best speech of your life, and somebody came to you and said that, I loved your earlier speech. That speech still lingers in my mind. It happens all the time. So Toastmasters tells you that it's not just one performance, or you just prepare to deliver that one speech. Life is a series of speeches. Just like life, just like Toastmaster, life is also a series of events, and Toastmaster tells this so well. So that's why 175 happens, and it also tells that 175 is not the end of it. You have to look for 200, you have to look for 500, you have to look for even 1,000. Like there is a Toastmasters club in Bangalore which has completed more than 1,500 chapter meetings. That's fabulous, right? And that talks about not just Toastmasters, that talks about life. I'll come on to that, but this is very important. In my rendezvous with Toastmasters, I've learned that Toastmaster tells you that it's not just one performance, it's so many performances. I think Michael Jordan also said, like he's also one of the great Swiss, my favorite. He said, people talk about me being a great player, but there are more than 300 matches where we were supposed to win. I was part of the losing side. And he said there were 26 situations where there was a dead ball situation, I was to basket. And in matches, you say there's clutch situations. He said clutch situations, if I score, team will win. On 20 such situations, I have faltered, I have failed, but I have been successful because I have tried and tried and tried and tried. And that's what Toastmasters is all about. Keep on trying. Okay. And you are like just away from next good performance, but that's not all. Like you better it and you keep on bettering it until and unless it's never done actually. Okay. So the best thing of Toastmaster is we don't retire from Toastmaster for that matter. Okay. So enough of that. Now we are going to hear something, going to learn something from another fabulous Toastmaster. Okay. And I love these training sessions in Toastmasters because these training sessions sometimes happen, but stay with us for a long time and give us a lot of golden nuggets for us to apply in what we do in Toastmasters. For that, I am going to introduce this special Toastmaster. I hope he's all ready. Okay, but let me go into his introduction. He's an interesting Toastmaster. He's into business. He's a business development professional in oil and gas services industry for about 12.5 years now. He's a Toastmaster for 3.5 years, Triple Crown awardee for 2 consecutive terms. And if you don't know what is Triple Crown, in one term of Toastmasters, which is 6 months, okay, so you deliver speeches, you take up roles, and you complete 3 educational awards. Okay, and so they are Triple Crown awards. And so that shows that within a year, he has completed 6 educational awards, and that shows nothing but his commitment. Okay. He has served as a club coach, club mentor, club sponsor. Okay. And all these roles are referred to the commitment in Toastmasters. Division level first runner-up in 2020 in table topics, area level first runner-up in 2019, and second runner-up in 2021 in speech evaluation contest. Personally, he loves traveling, photography, gardening, and marathoning. He's a distinguished Toastmaster, which is the highest level of education awards. And as I read through his personal preferences, traveling, photography, gardening, and mentoring, I thought it shows the distances he has traveled in Toastmasters, the lenses through which he has looked at life after being a Toastmaster, the seeds he has planted in Toastmasters, and the marathon he has run and still running. Please put your hands together for our guest speaker today, distinguished Toastmaster Avijit Roy. Avijit. Yeah, can you just check your audio? We can see you now.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah.
Am I audible and visible?
You are audible. There
Thank
was
you,
a break for a
this-
few seconds, so be careful about your connectivity. Yeah, but you are looking fabulous. We can see you.
Okay. So I would request the host to interrupt whenever you find a lag, because I'm in a network. I'm really in a very unstable kind of a network at this point of time. So there could be a possibility of some glitches here and there. So if any point of time you are not able to hear me, just interrupt and I'll try to check and revisit on what I just shared.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Wipro.
Sure, no
Rendezvous
problem.
Toastmasters
Just one question. You want us to share the screen, right? You will not be able to share because of your connectivity issues.
Yes, because my laptop is out of battery.
I'll share the screen. I'll share the screen. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, please confirm if you can share the screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Sure. Over to you, Avijit. Now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, DTM Summit, and thank you so much, Wipro Rendezvous Toastmasters, to give me the opportunity to be a part of your milestone meeting today. And it really takes a lot of courage for having a milestone meeting, because it's just not about the number. It's about the team effort, the collective effort, which each member takes in to build in block by block to make it successful. Today, I'm here to share a few of my insights on how do we master table topics, or so-called impromptu or extempore. I have my own way of doing it. Different people will have their own versions of doing it. So I'm here not to really educate each and every one of you, to make sure that you master the concept of table topics only from my aspect or my looking into it. But the only little bit of snippets which I share, which has helped me to get better each time when I have done this and taken this concept of participating in the shorter version of the speeches. So mastering table topics is what I'm going to talk about. First of all, let me ask you a very open question. What do you mean by table topics? Anybody would like to unmute yourself and share the thoughts on that? Is there anyone who would just like to give it a try? What do you feel exactly? I mean, this is a very simple question. What is table topics?
Table topics.
Go ahead, Monica.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, table topics. What I understand, like on the spot, you get the topic of any subject, and any people has to speak up on that. What I understand. That's it. Yeah.
That's right. So I'll tell you what exactly the things is. Like table topics, if you hear the word table and topics, this is a registered and trademarked topic by Toastmasters International. So if you look at table topics, you see either a C or a R, that you cannot actually copy the concept and make your own version. It's a concept. It's the terminology used only and only in Toastmasters. That is a very important thing that we all need to understand. Second, why table topics? So if you sit in a gathering across a table, right, probably for lunch, dinner or something, you just sit in a gathering and you start talking. What is that? That comes impromptu. You're not actually prepared for anything, are you? You're not prepared for a discussion with your family members while you're sitting on the table for having dinner, or you're sitting on the table along with a few friends of yours to just share a little bit of chit chat. Nobody's prepared for anything. It's just out of the blue that people start initiating some dialogues, and then the discussion goes on. So what really happens is, in this kind of concept where nothing is planned before, everything just comes up impromptu, just comes up spontaneously, is the reason why this so-called is mentioned as table topics, right? Hence, this is a trademarked, a copyrighted, or a registered word being used only and only in Toastmasters. And this is all about impromptu speaking, where a topic or a subject is given to a speaker or an individual, where it could be a Toastmaster, could be a member, it could be a guest, But what happens is you're given a topic to speak on, and you will have to initiate that through way of anything. You can enact, you can speak on that topic, you can bring in some motivation while you speak on that topic. That is what is more important. That is where you will get the essence of increasing and improvement your confidence. So, Shamit, can I have the next slide? See, what I will actually cover in this entire session is what is table topics, which I've just covered, why table topics is needed, and how to deliver a good table topics, and finally scoring in table topics contest. Because if you are in Toastmasters, you are bound to participate in contests, because that is the most beautiful part of any Toastmasters platform, that you participate in contest, because that kind of boosts your morale if you win the contest or if you have a podium finish. How do you score? What is the scoring format that will actually help you to make sure that you are able to do justice and you're able to crack and nail table topics? Can I go to the next slide, please? So when we talk about table topics, we have already talked about, if you see, table topics, that is it's registered. It's a long-standing Toastmasters tradition intended to help members to develop their ability to organize their thoughts, pen down your thoughts quickly, and respond to an impromptu question or topic. So there is in any meeting, there is a table topic master or host who will be conducting this session. For all those guests who are part of this meeting today, please understand that in any Toastmasters meeting, any format, we have this so-called interesting session as table topic session or impromptu session, where there will be a person who is called as a table topic master or the host. He will be conducting this, and he will be calling on members and guests to participate, where each member or each guest, whoever volunteers to participate, will be given a time of minimum of 1 minute to speak and a maximum of 2 minutes, because we did talk about time, essence of time and time management. So we'll have to adhere to that as well. Hence, if you have to speak on any topic impromptu, you cannot really speak and continue speaking, because then what happens is your on the spot thinking capability will actually go into a very different direction. Your thoughts to bring on your ideas, your narration in a very short format of time will actually help you to get better in terms of penning down your thoughts impromptu. Hence, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. Any speaker will have to speak for minimum 1 minute, and 30 seconds is grace. Grace is given to every speaker beyond the 2 minutes, which is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, table topics typically begins. This is just a format of you all to understand, of who don't know what table topics is, for the benefit of the guests. Table topics typically begins after the prepared speech presentation. So you would have just got engaged in a wonderful speech delivered by one of our speakers who gave a wonderful speech. And after that, I'm the one who is talking about table topics. And just after me, there will be a session called as a table topic session. So this normally or typically begins after the prepared speech segment. I've already talked about who the table topic master is, the person who is hosting the session, and your fourth point is your response should express your thoughts clearly, and secondly, lasting 1 or 2 minutes. If you are given a topic, there are likely possibilities that people may not understand of what the topic is all about. So if you are a guest, for example, somebody joins in and have no clue, have no visibility of what this session is all about, but he or she just have joined it because they want to speak. You as a guest, if you're joining a Toastmasters meeting for the very first time, you as a guest get an opportunity to ask the host or the table topic master to change the topic. You get a second topic or the second opportunity to speak on a different topic. But if you have been given another topic to speak on, if you are facing difficulty in attempting the first topic, you cannot come back to the first one. You will have to speak something on the second topic that you get. However, the table topic master is always liberal, will try to ensure that you get an easy topic to speak on, and for the members to also improve your confidence and impromptu skills. That is all about table topics. Now, the second question and very important question arises. Why table topics? So let me ask you a question again. And I want audience members to please support me in sharing your ideas and your understanding of what this question, what the answer could be to the respective question that I asked you. We have already talked about why table topics, and Toastmaster Monica did a wonderful job in terms of attempting what she feels about table topics is all about. Now, why table topics? Can anybody share their thoughts? Again, a very, very easy question. There's no right and wrong. You can just take in that step to make that first momentarily opportunity to take and express yourself in terms of your understanding of why table topics is necessary in our lives. Anyone?
Yes, I'd
Nothing
like
is
to
right
go.
or wrong, please.
Yes, I feel it
Okay,
helps us
please.
to structure our thoughts in a more better way, and that helps in daily life as well. I mean, in personal and professional, both the space.
All right, that's great. Who's that? Who's the speaker who just spoke up?
This was Toastmaster Vidita here.
Yeah, hi Vidita. I think that was a great attempt, and as well as that's, as I said, a very good way of sharing your thoughts. Anybody else who would like to share their views on why table topics is required or why impromptu?
Yeah, James, Abhijit. So yeah, in life, there would be the more chances or suddenly we have to deal with someone, and we have to speak that time, and that time we should be prepared.
Okay,
Uh,
I think
I
great
feel
thoughts.
like
Now I'll give you. Yeah.
This is Toastmaster Rajendra. I feel like table topic session is like if I'm on a cricket ground and I'm a fielder, I don't know when a ball will come at will be coming at me, so I should be ready all the time, ready to catch it. And so same way, table topic means I should be prepared to just deliver like whatever comes into my mind.
I heard three different versions, and I would say all the three of the Toastmaster did a wonderful job in terms of their opinion about why impromptu speaking is required or why table topics. Have you witnessed any? I'll go back and relate one of the examples with Toastmaster Rajendra's statement that you made, that you will always have to be ready to catch the ball if it comes right in your hand, right? So I'll tell you one thing with respect to the cricketing field. When you have opened when you're in on the ground, either you're on the bowling side or on the batting side, you probably don't know whether you're going to score a century, or whether you're going to score the winning runs, or whether you're going to take the wickets which is desired for your team to win. And all of a sudden it so happens that you win the man of the match title. In front of an international crowd, you are being called on and asked a few questions. Are you aware of that? Do you really know what the kind of questions the commentator is going to ask you? Do you really know of what is exactly expected out of you to answer? It's just not about playing right on the field, but it's also making sure that you make that impression out of the field as well. Hence, impromptu is required. Do you know that in your professional life, you are kind of working, you are probably a web developer, or you are an engineer, designer, or whatever it is. And all of a sudden your boss calls you inside his cabin and says, hey, listen, today we have a client coming, and I expect you to give the presentation across to the client. What happens? If you're not prepared, you feel dejected, you feel low in confidence, you start getting nervous. But on the other side, if you have mastered, or if you have grown up attempting table topics, taking in impromptu from anywhere and everywhere, the confidence level starts getting built up. And what really happens at some point in time is that no matter whether it's be in the office with respect to your boss giving you an opportunity to introduce a presentation in front of the client, or whether you are in the cricketing field, or within even you are in one of the casual meetings along with your friends, it is also possible that table topics will also help you if you are not married, and if you are willing to you're finding an opportunity to interact with lot of prospects. It so happens that sometimes there are open-ended questions being asked to you. If you're nervous, what will the groom's side or the bride side will feel, oh, this guy is low in confidence, or the girl is low in confidence. See how shy the other person feels. This is a possibility. I'm not telling you that this happens, but these are possibilities. There are different aspects. Mastering impromptu is always needed, because you don't know what might come and knock the door for you to respond. And your confidence speaks words for itself. Your confidence shows your character, and that is what will make you come out of the blue. That will make you feel that other people are coming up to you and respecting you for what you're doing, for what you're saying. Hence, table topics is something which is very important. Impromptu speaking, extempore, these are all synonyms of table topics. These are extremely important for your life, not just in a typical Toastmaster meeting, but even beyond that. Each and every place you go, everything that you explore will have some component for you to make that first attempt right on the spot. The decisions that you take about your life, the decisions that you take about your career, about your personal life, about your professional front, everything comes in impromptu. But then it's just not about making the attempt, it's about making the right attempt. Even in Toastmasters, when you are delivering a table topic speech, why out of 6 or 7 people, whoever participates, one gets the best table topics speaker award? It's only because that person would have talked about something different, something very relatable. And that is what I'm going to talk about in the next segment. So what is table topics is something that we have already captured. The next slide talks about why table topics. Taking on the role, as I said, improves the confidence and impromptu speaking skills. You as a person can become even more confident, and that is quite eminent. You will become confident while you take up more. If you have to become a good orator, if you have to become a good speaker, rather than just speaking for a 5 to 7 minute speech time, if you start taking up more of impromptu sessions, more of impromptu speeches, more of on the go, on the move topics, it is quite eminent that you become confident, you become a more vigilant speaker with the days to come. It also helps you to think on your feet. What does this mean? Thinking on the feet means right on the spot. You are not prepared, you have no clue, you have no visibility of what to speak, because you don't know the topic, you don't know the agenda, you don't know what it is going to be hitting on you. But then you are strong enough to place yourself in such a position where any topic that comes, you're just taking a few seconds of yours, framing your statements, and then making the right move. Then placing yourself in such a position where you deliver a speech with power, with full force. And that will show the true essence of your capability of facing anything and everything that comes up in any of the meetings. Trust me, the more table topics you participate in, the more confident you become. And this is a live example coming in from all the way from my side, because there was a time when I didn't participate. I was scared to start with my table topics attempts in the first go. But when I did, there was no looking back. Today, whatever I speak, however I speak, but the most important thing is when I speak, I'm confident. And that is what is required from a good public speaker. Confidence level boosts up many things. It unfolds too many things out of you when you are delivering a speech. So keep participating in table topics, keep taking up impromptu speeches whenever you get this opportunity. Hence, so-called why table topics. Now, we already understood about the what. We also understood about why. Now it is how to deliver a good table topics. This is my secret of making a good table topics attempt. PREP, which is an acronym of preparation. But PREP is not preparation. It is rather point, reasoning, example, and then again reinstating your point. When you get a topic, state your point, which is agree to the point whether you accept of what the topic is given to you or whether you don't accept. it works either ways. Either you take in and say that, no, I'm sure that this topic is right, and I hold full ownership of this particular topic. Make it a point, accept it, whether it's the topic given to you is right or it's wrong. The moment you say that, yes, I have made my point, that this topic which is given to me is correct, is true, is right, then you make a reasoning out of it. State a supporting reason of why you are stating your point. That acts as a catalyst to your speech, the attempt that you're making. Because if I'm not able to make a good reasoning, if I'm not able to place myself in terms of what I'm saying, that why exactly I agree to this, why exactly I'm disagreeing to the speech, the topic, it will not add any credibility to your speech. So when you're making a point, try and bring in that reasoning. Try to have a supporting element of why you are stating that point, why you're accepting it. Post that, give a live example. And when you are giving an example to expand your main point in the body, try to add a little bit of rhetorics. Try to add a little bit of anecdotes. What are rhetorics? Rhetorics are questions which you ask to the audience. Make them feel that they should think about an answer. But by the time audience is thinking on the question that you have asked, you have the answer for yourself. So asking the question to the audience to make them feel about the answer that they want to give, but you don't expect the audience to answer. Rather, you take in that opportunity to answer the question all by yourself. That is rhetorics. That rhetorical questions asked to the audience always adds a little bit of flavor in terms of making the audience connect with you. Every speech, be the prepared speeches or the table topics, when you're able to connect well with the audience, impact is already made. So first P out of the prep is making the point, whether you're accepting or whether you're disagreeing to the point, then giving a strong reasoning of why you are supporting that cause, why you think that point that you are making, that you're agreeing to the point is true, is valid. And then on that, attach an example. Try rhetorical questions. Try to bring personal stories or anecdotes connected that will attach yourself to the audience emotionally. If you want to bring in humor, most welcome. If you want to bring in punches where you're giving examples, most welcome. But try and see where you can really gather enough information or data while you're speaking up to get hooked to the audience attention. Make your audience feel glued to your speech. That is how you will be able to give a strong example and be able to make a very power-packed image in front of the audience while making that table topics attempt. Nothing is necessary, but somewhat it helps you to get even better when you're citing those examples. The final P is reinstating the point, which is towards the concluding part. When you're able to conclude, make it a point that whatever I just said, I've stated the point, I've given a strong reasoning, I've given example of my personal life relatable to a topic. Now, again, I'm saying that the topic that I have just spoken on is true. Emphasize on that, reinstate on that, push yourself that that is valid. That will serve as a good, strong, power-packed conclusion to your table topic speech. The prep technique is your standard Toastmaster speech point, which is the introduction, the body, and when you're making the point to react as a conclusion. The prep technique is adaptable to many topics. Many topics, a lot of people follow the same kind of formula. This formula, if you remember, or if you use it, I'm not saying that you're sure to win a table topics contest, but yes, the impact will be made because this is a typical way of putting your point in front of the audience, making a point, have a strong reasoning, citing good examples with rhetorics, anecdotes, and finally, while you're concluding, reinstating or making your point all over again. This will help you to get the good command on your table topics attempt that you make. The next slide, please. Now, there is another version, as I talked about, the PREP. These are a few things which, of course, these are behavioral and structural aspects of how you can adapt to any table topics attempt that you make. Be confident. Confidence will add a lot of value when you're making the table topics attempt, because you have very less time to make that impact. So confidence level shown in your delivery will actually boost up and give you those brownie points. Not to just capture in a typical Toastmaster club meeting, not just in a club contest, but even beyond that. Even when you're talking with your peers, your colleagues, your friends, your spouse, your mentors, if you're confident, you are sure to create an impression. Focus on the audience. It's not just about whatever you wish to speak, it's about speaking the right thing. So understand what probably could the audience be requiring from you from that speech title that you have got. Emphasize on that title which connects with the audience more than what it connects with you, because it's the audience who are active listeners, who are listening to your speech, who are trying to gauge of the kind of speaker you are. So this is extremely important, not just in prepared speeches, but also even in a table topics. You have to focus strongly on the audience, of what the audience feels. Less is more. This is quite easy for all of us to understand. The less you speak because you have less time, the more impact that you create. Have a structure. PREP. P for making your point, which is the opening. R is the reasoning. E an example. Both R and E becoming the main body or the climax of your speech. And towards the end, when you have the last P, which is reinstating the point, that becomes as a conclusion part. Try to personalize. As I said, that in examples, you can have anecdotes, you can ask rhetorical questions, you can connect, you can also use props if you wish to. Instantly, spontaneously, if you get something which you can relate with your speech, why not? You're most free to use any props that you wish to. Try to personalize that. It will create even more impressive stand when you're delivering a table topics. Conclude with a stand, which is reinstating the point which I talked about when I said PREP. Conclude with a stand or reinstate your point to make sure that the topics that you're delivering has made a strong impact in the minds of the audience. So be confident, focus on the audience, speak less with more impact, have a proper speech structure, try to personalize, and finally conclude with a stand or reinstate the point that you have made, whether you have agreed to the point or whether you have disagreed to the point. Conclude with that stand. That is going to help you to deliver a good table topics. The next session, the next slide, please. Now, scoring in the table topics. If you see, if I have to score, this is an important element. Content has 55 points, delivery has 30, and language has 50. So out of the content, if you see, speech development is one, which has opening, body, closing, organization, and smoothness. So if you see the opening, body, and the close, PREP is all captured in the speech development. Effectiveness, effectiveness and speech development is part of content. And if you see, speech development has the maximum points, which is 30 points out of the total 100. Effectiveness, logic, directness, enthusiasm, achievement of purpose, and audience response. As I said, focusing on the audience is also extremely important. So audience response that they give on your attempt will actually make your table topics even more effective. Directness. Directness is what? How direct you are to the point. Make a point. Do not beat around the bush, because the time is very less for you to really create that impression. Speak logical. Do not talk something which people might say, oh, this is the topic, but speaker speaking something very different. Let them not feel that. When a topic is given, be bang on, hit the bullseye, and talk only and only something relatable to the topic. Do not really go left or right or anywhere else. Be at the center, be at the point, and make your mark. That is what people will be looking at when you're delivering a table topics. Physical, your appearances, body language, and speaking area, or these are elements whenever you are part of a physical meeting and when you're delivering a table topics. How you look, how you show, you demonstrate your body language, what kind of facial expressions that you show This is also important. How well you are able to adapt to that speaking area, that culture of yours, will also add a lot of value when you're delivering a table topics. It is very much in sync with the points that you get even in prepared speeches. Your physical appearances, your body language, and your speaking area is going to add a lot of points when you are making the table topics attempt. Your flexibility of voice, your volume, whether it's audible, whether everything that you speak is clear, is something the audience will also be looking at. Because the time is again less. It's just about 1 to 2 minutes. It just will fly off like anything. So that very first thing that you need to do is your voice clarity. Your words are simple. It's not complicated. You're not beating around the bush. You have a good volume, a vocal variety to express different ways of tone and characterizations in case if you're bringing in. Otherwise, keep it very simple and for people to understand. If you are bringing in some humorous elements, try to raise your voice. If you're trying to bring in some elements of emotions or a little bit of sorrow or sadness, try to lower it. That flexibility and volume will add to the voice modulation. Appropriateness. Again, the important thing, how well you're able to hit the bullseye. Be to the point. Do not beat around the bush. Speech, purpose, and audience. How appropriate it is to speak on the topic which is relatable. Do not talk something which people say, oh, this is very general. The topic is given, but the speaker is talking so general about, so commonly heard about, so many times people speak about it. Be the change. Speak something different from what speakers have not expected out of your speech. That will create an impact. That will bring in the credibility of your speech into fruition. And finally, correctness. A little bit of grammar. If you see, if only 5 points is given for correctness, how well you are using the punctuations, what kind of word selection that you make while delivering. It's not just about using the word. Using the words in the right way, in the right place is also important. So if your grammar is correct, whether you are using a punctuations, whether right usage of word selection is put in while you're delivering is also something which is noted. But this is just about 5 points. This is just a part of the language that you make. So content, delivery, and language. Content holds 55 points. Delivery is 30. Language is 15. Under the content, you have speech development, you have effectiveness. Under delivery, you have physical and voice. And under language, you have appropriate as correctness. All these things somewhere relate to how to deliver a good table topics, which is the PREP, and then the next slide going forward. You have speech development, where you will show your prep qualities that you imbibe, and you bring in those effectiveness through the way of first is making a point, give a strong reasoning, reinstating, giving an example, and finally towards a conclusion, reinstating your stand, making a firm stand of why you agree or disagree to that topic. That's all from my side. This is what it is about the table topic. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to ask it right now and resolve your doubts or any queries that you may have. Thank you so much once again for having me as part of your meeting, milestone meeting today. I'm really honored to be a part of your session today. And with that, over to you, DTM Summit. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, because this is the time, this is the moment that you will be able to get everything cleared of any doubts that you might. Nothing is right or wrong again. Ask questions irrespective of what you feel, but people might think about you. So any doubts, please feel free to ask. I'll be more than happy to sort it out.
So this is Rajendra. So if we are given a topic which we don't understand, okay, or a quote, so can we just say, still keep on talking on something which irrelevant? For example, you know about cow, but you start talking about aeroplane like that.
Good question. I would say, Toastmaster Rajendra, let me tell you something. This is a very relatable question that you have asked me right now. I remember a year ago, I was given a topic that whether you choose to be a vegetarian or a vegan. I did not know the definition of vegan. Let me tell you very clearly, I did not know what a vegan means like. But what I ideally did was, I just took a few seconds. I did not touch upon the word vegan which was given to me, but I knew how would you differentiate yourself? How would you like to choose yourself to be a vegetarian or a vegan? I felt there's something relatable. There's something which is kind of connecting well. Both of them are connecting well with each other. And that's what I did was, irrespective of whether I understood the definition of vegan or not, I spoke more on being a vegetarian. I did not touch upon the sensitive part. There was also a time when I was given a topic, procrastination. And let me tell you, I did not know the definition of procrastination. But by God's grace, I have been hearing this a lot many times before, until I went up and looked into the dictionary to understand of what the true meaning of procrastination means. But before I was given the topic, I taught something which is relatable. I did not really touch on the sensitive part of talking on that topic. So whenever the meaning is, whenever you are given a topic which you don't understand, try to find out the gaps, try to find out some areas out of that topic which you can relate with. Of course, you cannot help yourself. If it's in a contest, if it's in a club meeting, and you feel that you may get embarrassed, of course, in a contest, you cannot change the topic. In a club meeting, if you feel that, oh, I did not understand the topic, I might get embarrassed and do not want people to understand that I have not understood the topic. In that case, it's okay. It's fine. Absolutely fine with anyone and everyone. It does happen. So try to find out those loopholes which speak, right? So try to speak on something which is relatable to the topic and speak something different. It may not be the best speech. It may not be a very effective speech. I'm just saying it may not. I'm not saying it will not be, but it may not be a very effective speech. It may not be, but at least you will gain in that courage. You will gain in that confidence that you have spoken something on the topic which you have not even understood, right? So the most important thing is about bringing the confidence level up. That very day you will not understand that topic, but it will never happen that subsequently you will not understand. Slowly and slowly you will be able to grab hold of. Even the best of speakers sometimes falter because they become completely clueless about what to speak on that topic. So this is fine. This is a human tendency. This is a psychology, and we are bound not to understand. If you're not understanding, it's not our mistake, right? So if you are not able to grab hold of it, try to pick up those small areas, those gaps, those loopholes from the topic itself, connect it and speak something. You may not be able to speak for 2 minutes, but 1 minute is good enough. That's the minimum time. You can pick up that and speak on it. That will help you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody has any other question for?
Yeah, Gokul here. So one question I have here. So within a stipulated time, so 2.5 minutes, we have to cover all those things. So point, reasoning, and example, and then again reinstate the point. So how we can cover all those things and make the speech deliver with effectively?
Okay. Point, when you're making the point for P, for the PREP, take 15 seconds. The first 15 seconds will be for the point, right? The next 45 seconds, you can probably talk about giving a strong reasoning to that point. So 15 plus 45, counting up to 1 minute, right? And the next 45 seconds or 1 minute, 60 seconds, you can actually take in to give an example. 45 seconds to 60 seconds, depending upon how long you can stretch. Lastly, keep about 15 to 20 seconds to summarize or reinstate your point. Do not exceed that, because then you always have a chance to run out of time and oversee the time. So 15 seconds for the first P, then give a strong reasoning for 45 seconds, will add up to 1 minute, 45 seconds to 1 minute, which will be your example, that will count up to 2 minutes, and then 15 to 20 seconds to reinstate your point, which will be 2 minutes, 20 seconds or 2 minutes, ideally, whatever it takes. By that time, you are well within the time, you have spoken enough, you've been able to make an impact. That's the time you can probably divide. And that's how I do it. Hence, always, whenever I deliver table topics, it easily goes up to 2 minutes and 15 seconds to 2 minutes and 25 seconds. But I don't exceed more than that, because I know that I always have a risk to oversee the overall timeline.
Yeah, thanks, Abhijit. I think that helps. So just to summarize, till you see the green card, you need to talk about the reason. Okay. First, you talk about the point, and then till you see the green card, talk about the reason. Then you start giving the example till you see the red card going up. Okay. And once the red card goes up, you just summarize in next 25 seconds, 20 seconds.
Yeah, thank you both.
Anybody else? Nobody? Okay. Okay, so let us have a thunderous applause. Please unmute yourself and have a thunderous applause for distinguished Toastmaster Vijit. Because as you know, life is not a script, and to make an impact in life, you have to be prepared, even if it is an unscripted situation, even if you can afford to be prepared, right? And that's why table topics is so important. Thanks, Abhijit, for giving us insights into how to attempt the table topics. I think a lot of the Toastmasters in the club are new, and I'm sure we are going to, not I'm sure, we are definitely going to be benefited of the approach which you have shared with us. Thank you a lot for taking up this session in the club today. Okay, so now for the next segment, okay. The next segment, we are already at the end of the second segment. Okay, and the third segment is nothing but applying what we have learned from Abhijit, is table topics. Okay, and so for doing the honors in table topics, I would like to call upon another Toastmaster. Just give me a second. Sorry. So I'll bring out, let me introduce her. So she's an active and consistent performer. She has joined Toastmasters a few months back, but I'm amazed by her also sense of interest and commitment for Toastmasters. Okay, and she considers she's overly ambitious for any task you give to her, and she takes it to perfection. She always tries to take it to perfection. She loves thinking out of the box and having a root cause for any problem you give to her. Her hobbies are watching cartoons, singing. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Shweta for taking over as table topic master today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samit.
Yeah, we can hear you, we can see you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Shall I continue for 15 minutes or will I take a 10 minutes or something?
I think it's 12:41. We are already behind time. So I think you can have 3 table topics today.
Yeah, okay. First, let me ask you all a question. Is there anyone in this meeting feeling like such a boring day, such a boring meeting? Is there anyone? Oh, I didn't see any hands raised. So, Samit, we are halfway successful in conducting our milestone meeting, and let it be more crisp. Today, I came up with another game. How many of you know the game 4 Cups? No one? Like this, we used to play in the childhood. Now you know? Yeah, okay. Today we are going to play this game. First I will tell the ground rules. Here, as you all can see, I have 8 sides with 8 numbers and names of our people. For example, if someone choose number 3, if 3 is Samit here, so I will do SAMIT. If again I will get the 3 side, I will open 3. If I get other side, again you need to choose a number. You are clear with the rules? And inside I wrote randomly different numbers, and I have the table topics prepared. Is it clear? Shall I start? Yeah.
Yes, please get started. Yeah.
Thank you, Samit. Let me start with our Is there any guess?
Mohit is there, who is not playing a role today. I think can pick up.
Yeah.
Mohit.
Yeah, I didn't tell the ground rules of this table topics and introduction because a very good session happened previously only. That's why I skipped that part. Okay, let's start with Mohit.
Do I have to select a number?
Yeah, I will tell you. You need to select from 3, 4, 7, 8.
I'll select 4.
4 is Vidita. Okay, I am starting VIDITHA. Oh, you are on to the other side. It's 1, 2, 5, 6.
So shall I select another number?
Yeah.
I'll select 1.
1 is Rajendra. Oh no. RAJENDRA. Yeah, it's 1. We got again the same sequence we got. So at 1 I have number 6. So 6 table topic is, your topic for today is Toastmaster meeting on Sunday. Toastmaster Mohit, Toastmaster meeting on Sunday. Over to you.
You can start. Good morning, Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the day, and fellow guests. Toastmaster meeting on Sunday. It is quite convenient for me to attend the meetings on Sunday. Usually, as I have described in my icebreaker speech, that I spend most of the time at my shop. So since childhood, we used to do lunch by 11 or 10:30. So whenever I join the meeting at 11, I am done with lunch. So I have no hurry to run at the end of the meeting to go and have my lunch. After finishing the meeting, I'll have my tea when most of the people are having their lunch. So I'll have my tea and will go to my shop. So that's how the meeting is convenient for me at 11. Also, if we talk about Sunday, so Sunday is a good day because we are not too much into our operations and into our work roles. That's it from my end.
Thank you, Mohit, for sharing. Now let's go with Vaibhavi. You are on mute, Vaibhavi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we start?
Yes.
And you have 1, 2, 5, 6.
5.
5. In 5, I have Manmeet. MANMEET. And 3, 4, 7, 8. You need to choose one.
8.
8, I have Chandan. CHANDAN. Again, you got 1, 2, 5, 6. Except 5, you choose another thing.
6.
6, Vaibhavi. I think again you will get the same. Yes, Vaibhavi. In 6, you have 8. Under your name, how will you feel when you won an award or certificate in a meeting? Toastmaster Vaibhavi, how will you feel when you won an award or certificate in a meeting? Over to you.
Yeah, just give me 5 seconds. Yeah, you can start one meeting. So I would like to share the first experience when I joined the Toastmaster, and that was the first meeting, and I won the first award in the table topics. So that was very much happy moment for me that I just joined the meeting and I got an award. What a pleasant feeling I got that time, and it gave me too much motivation to move ahead. And that was the motivation which gave me to deliver a successful icebreaker speech. It was really a good moment, and even I shared that with my friends that this is very nice uh, uh, platform. This is very nice platform to move ahead and to improve ourselves on speaking. Even the meeting is on Sunday, but that is the motivation which every Sunday gives me to wake up early and get ready, make everything ready, and to be here by 11. So yeah, getting an award and yeah, this really gives us motivation, inspiration every time to move ahead in the further journey. That's all. Over to you, Toastmaster Shweta. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vaibhavi. That's really nice. I was like, whenever I want some certificate or award, I will see that for half an hour at least. Yeah, I did a great job. I will feel like that. No need of food also on that day for me. Next, I will go with Gokul. Gokul, you're there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Gokul, choose a number from 3, 4, 7, 8.
7.
In 7, your name is only there, Gokul. Gokul. And 1, 2, 5, 6.
6.
6 Vaibhavi. You can choose another because you will get the same topic as Vaibhavi.
Okay, so what are the other numbers?
1, 2, 5, 6.
1, 2, 2.
2. It's my name, Sweta. Swetha. Yeah. In 2, you have number 3. Your topic is tell your story to join Toastmaster. Toastmaster Gokul. Hi. Toastmaster Gokul, tell your story to join Toastmaster.
Yeah. So yeah, please start the timer. So I always like to speak on in public speaking and deliver my thought in an effective way. And when I came to know that there is some club and Toastmaster we have, there we can deliver our speeches, and there are the good concepts. So there was some emails flowing through the our Wipro email box. So when I gone through that email and when I saw this is the Wipro club where we can join, and this is the very good opportunity for us to deliver the speeches and to participate in the different role. But how actually it happens, that time I didn't have any idea. So I joined some guest meetings that delivered by that time, and so when we gone through those meetings, I saw there are the different role plays and how they play their role, and how we involve and take the part in those roles, and how we play those part. So that helped me to understand the things, and I decided to join the meeting before join the club. Before joining, I was thinking for 1 week whether it will be really helpful, because we have to spend 2-3 hours in a weekday in a weekend. But after deciding and after some brainstorming, I decided yes, I have to join the club. And when I joined, and day by day, after every meeting, I am finding that yeah, it's really a good club, and it's really helped to me develop the knowledge and the skills. So thank you, Shweta, over to you.
Thank you, Gokul. Everyone's journey is very special, And let me take 2 more minutes. I have another segment called Gain and Yet to Gain. This is the second segment. And in this segment, I will explain quickly. I will call only 2 people. They need to tell 3 points they learned since they joined Toastmasters and 1 point they are learning now, like they are focusing now by joining Toastmasters. Am I clear? 3 points what you gain and 1 point what you yet to gain. I want to go with general evaluator Triveni.
Yes, Shweta. Can I start?
Yes. Timer.
Yeah. So first of all, I would like to start that what are the 3 things which I've learned from the Toastmasters during the journey. First of all, like it is never too late to start with. When I joined Toastmaster, I was not able to speak a single word. Like I was very much like shy, don't want to interact with the people. So that kind of person I was. But when I joined Toastmaster, I started with like small thing. First of all, I used to say hello to the person, not like I was not able to start my conversation without a person won't start in from the front. I won't speak a single word. So that was the first thing that like you can start at any age. You can keep initiative to have a change in your life, like if you want to change few things about you. Second thing is that never give up attitude. First of all, when I gave my icebreaker, I forgot my complete speech at that day, and I was like very disappointed that I won't speak, or I that was not at all very pleasant feeling. So that was the second thing I learned, that never give up. Toastmaster is all about that. In every speech, you will improve on some point of on some points, and there would be a till some point where you need to work gradually and steadily. It won't be that in first speech you like you did work on few things, and in second meet you did miracle. Sometimes it would work very slowly, so you need to be patient. Third thing I learned that um, Toastmaster is like a family to me. Many times it happens that like through networking, I have many people who are very good friend of mine. I got them only because of Toastmasters. And the thing which I am developing in Toastmaster right now is that I'm trying to I'm learning how to speak impromptu session, and also I'm joining different kind of meets, like various meets, so that I could work on this. So this is all what I'm learning. That's all. Tabletop master.
Thank you, Triveni. I also connected with your thing. Like I made so many friends. Like 70% of my contacts are Toastmasters only. Yeah. And with this, I will end this session. Thanks for participating. Thanks a lot. And,
I've got the ballots also ready. You just take the timer report. If everybody is qualified, I'll launch the ballot.
Yeah.
Launch the poll. Sorry.
Timer.
Yes, distinguished Toastmaster Samit, everybody has qualified, including the speeches and the table topic session.
Okay, so I'll launch the poll, and after that, only Shweta, you close. Let me launch the poll of the best table topic speaker. Mohit, Vaibhavi, Gokul, and Triveni. Triveni also is to be included, right, Shweta? I have included all 4. Three more people can vote. Okay. So Rajendra, there are 3 machines you have logged in from. Not 2 machines, 3 machines here. Voting 3
I am
times.
counting the number for table topics. Like 11 people are there. I need to give this much.
I will just vote from 1.
Yeah. No, this is fine. I think you have seen the vote, right? So I'm ending the poll. I think everybody has voted, looks like. Okay. Ending the poll. Yeah. Yeah, Shweta, you can close and hand it over to me. Yeah.
Thank you all. It's a very good session, I am feeling. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Samit.
Yeah. Thank you, Shweta. Okay. Loved the table topics and loved the table topic master, like the innovation she has brought in. Please have a big round of applause. People who are not on camera, please come on camera, and please have a big round of applause for table topic master. Okay. Okay, so we were with Rendezvous with Toastmaster, not where we are still, because in Toastmaster. So I think there is somebody. She was the very first woman president of Toastmaster, and she has said, if you get in Toastmaster what you can get out of Toastmasters, you will never get out of Toastmaster. Okay, so that's a very interesting saying. Said, if you can get whatever you love in Toastmasters, you get that, you will never think of going outside of Toastmasters. Okay, and Toastmaster was founded in 1924 in a place called Santa Ana in California, in the garage of the YMCA, okay, which Dr. Ralph Smedley used to be a Rotarian, right? And in the garage of that YMCA club, where the Rotary Club meeting used to happen. So he had the first Toastmaster club established, founded, chartered, okay, in 1924. And today the headquarter of Toastmasters is about 15 hours drive, about 1,000 miles away from that place. It's a place in Colorado. Okay. So I keep on telling this in Toastmasters to other Toastmasters that in about 100 years, it's it is going to be 100 years. It's 98, 97 years. Toastmaster physically, the head office of Toastmaster has moved just 10 hours, like 1,000 miles. But Toastmaster as a concept, the learning of Toastmaster, the ethos of Toastmaster has traveled across 140 countries, has reaches out to more than 350,000 people in a year, and to more than 16,000 club. Do you have any idea how many people have been trained in Toastmasters? Means at any point in time, some people have become Toastmaster. So do you know what is the total count in last 100 years? Anybody, any idea, any guess, if you don't know? 4 million, 40 lakhs people. 40 lakhs people have become Toastmasters since 1924 till today. Okay, so that's an amazing feat, and that has been possible because of the vision, because of the training program of Toastmasters, and more than anything else, the ethos of Toastmasters, RISE, which we say in summary is RISE, respect for individuals, integrity, S for service, and E, passion for excellence. I think this is the ethos of Toastmasters, which all of the Toastmasters we wear in our sleeves, right? And we try to contribute wherever we can contribute at Toastmasters. And that's why in Toastmasters, you get that much of support. And we love giving feedback to people, not in a way they cannot digest, but in a way they accept it, and they improve on, right? So that's why evaluation is so important in Toastmasters. And remembering this, because we are now in the evaluation session, and for doing evaluation, I'm going to call the general evaluators. And so in Toastmaster, evaluation is one of the most important thing in my opinion, because all of us come to Toastmaster with some objective, right? Be it public speaking, be it leadership, be it any other aspect of us as speakers we want to improve upon. And that doesn't happen until and unless somebody evaluates us, somebody gives us the feedback. And they say feedback is the breakfast of the champions. Okay, and we are going to take our breakfast, which is almost lunchtime now. And let me call upon the general evaluator. And I have already introduced the general evaluator. She's a passionate Toastmaster. She's from another club. She's taking up a membership in our club in next few weeks, but she's very passionate. And every time she calls me up and says, I want to join, I can hear that passion of learning and the ethos of Toastmaster. Please put your hands together for our general evaluator, Toastmaster Triveni. Over to you, Triveni.
Thank you, Toastmaster Summit. So Now we will move towards the evaluation round. So evaluation round are designed to help speaker to recognize their strength and to learn from their previous speech, and they can improve in their next speech. So first we will hear from our evaluators, followed by our tag team. So first, let me call the evaluator, Toastmaster Rajendra, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Vidita's speech. So please put your hand together for Toastmaster Rajendra.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vidita. So one question, are you all addicted to social media apps? Are you having a tough time, like when you're playing your TikTok, you're playing your Instagram reels, like, definitely because of dopamine, you're not able to go to bed early, even though you keep on playing, right? So kudos to my dear target speaker, Toastmaster Vidita. What a speech. How much is too much? Okay. And I really enjoyed the speech, and I learned so many things. How I can do the housekeeping of my mobile, how I can get rid of all those apps which is taking away all my time. I came to know how we can draw boundaries. Enough is enough, or just to have a peace of mind, what action I should take, to have emotional, to get a inner content. So Toastmaster Vidita, very nice speech. I really liked it. And so this was your second speech. You already gave the speech on the first topic, and you were trying to incorporate the feedback or recommendation what you got. So I see, like, there were three of the recommendation. Reduce the questions. So I feel your questions were to the point. You started with the questions. You talked about the oil. Is oil too much? And also other questions. So I think you were to the point, and you did a great job. Now, second was about talk about the topic. So I believe all your stories were related to the topic. How much is too much? Is a lot of social media too much for our life, or too much oil? So I believe you were up to the point. And the third point about utilizing the time means in a relative. So what I believe, I agreed with the evaluator first. So I was thinking, according to your topic, you could have spoken more. Means I was looking for what made you to get rid of all the apps, or if you could have given some personal touch, right? Because I was looking for all those things. So if you want to take this speech to the next level, my recommendation would be like personal touch, and other thing, have some emotion, like also some voice modulation or something was required. So you can go from high pitch, and when though you really like the apps, but you had to get rid of it just for inner content, or just to draw boundaries. And also, I believe you spoke for 5 minutes 48 seconds, so you could have gone till 7. So we could have. I was looking forward to listen more, like more stuff from you, but something was missing. But overall, your voice clarity, even I could see the audience were glued to you. They were they were smiling, they were clapping. So your comfort level, there was no issue. Even your eye contact, you were looking left to right, so no issue. So kudos to you. But overall, I really enjoyed your speech. But if you want to take your speech at a contest level, then I would suggest you to just stand up and speak and add some personal touch. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajendra, for the valuable feedback. Now it is time to call our timer for the meet, Toastmaster Manmeet.
Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll quickly share the report. Guys, let me know once you can see the timer report.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So everybody has qualified. So for prepared speech, Vidita took 5 minutes 49 seconds. She's qualified. Rajendra took 3 minutes 30 seconds. Again qualified. And all our table topics speakers were well within the time limits of the 2 minutes 30 seconds. Yeah. Back to you, General Evaluator Triveni.
Thank you, timer, for the detailed report.
Yeah.
Please help me welcome for the to the R counter of the meeting, Toastmaster Gokul. So, yeah, Gokul, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Triveni. So let me share my screen. Can you see my screen, right?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So our today's flawless speaker is Sergeant at Arm TM Shweta plus speaker our speaker TM Vidita, speaker to DTM Abhijit, also again TM Shweta. So those are our flawless speaker. So please have a big applause for them. Yeah. So give me some detailed information about our speakers. Those use some crutch and filler words. So DTM, our Toastmaster DTM Smith use and one time, like one time, you know, two times, whom crutch word 3 times. Our president Rajendra used so one time, like one time, crutch words 5 plus. General evaluated Triveni use like one time, use like one time, crutch word 2 times. Our timer Manmeet use so one time, crutch word 2 times. Again our evaluator Toastmaster Rajendra use so 2 times and crutch word 2 times. Our table topic speaker, first table topic speaker Mohit use so one time, crutch word 3 times, repetition. Sorry, this is for Vaibhavi. So she used the repetition one time. Yeah, crutch word 3 times and so one time, and Mohit use only so one time. For me, I use so one time what I remember. Who crutch word one time. Our Toastmaster Triveni, while speaking table topic, use crutch word 5 times. So that's the report from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Triveni. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gokul, for the report. Now it is time to call grammarian who will be giving us grammarian report. Over to you, Toastmaster Vaibhavi.
Screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes. So I'm very glad today to see that word of the day, bamboozled, was used by TM Milind, and idiom of the day was used by DTM Summit. Then looking at this, so many good usage of word I saw today. Just a minute. It's not moving. Okay, so Nishu ma'am used amazed to see, then more victories in the meeting. Then we were just, I have noted down the good usage by each and everyone. So like DTM Summit used, we were just a baby before 3 years, then dying while speaking, dressing should reflect, then a man with conviction is majority, the run of your life, then until and unless what you need to improve, then feedback is breakfast of champion, then DTM Abhijit use building block by block, come out of the blue, then I learned one new word extempore for impromptu, then I will share the sheet. Then TM Triveni use a pleasant Sunday morning. Then for the benefits of guests, I noted down so many good usage of word from the Vidita's speech, like yardstick to gauge you, then person to person, healthy eating habits. So these are good usage of words, and I noted down few not so good usage of word, like very good friends of mine. It should be very good friends of mine. Then it really helps. It's really helps. It should be it really helps. Then it was used like people has to be. It should be people have to. Then like our speak, it should be like our speech. Then deliver the speech with effectively. It should be deliver the speech effectively, or or deliver the speech with effectiveness. So this is the uh, report from my side. Over to you, TM Triveni. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vaibhavi, for the grammarian report. Uh, I think we are done with the TACTIN report. Now it is time for the overall meeting evaluation. So I would give I will give few recommendation and few evaluation and feedback for the meeting as a whole. So meeting started on 11 o'clock. Not like meeting started 7 minutes late today. So sorry from my side, I was facing some technical glitch, so I also joined late, 7 minutes late. And then Toastmaster Rajendra started with that how was our club in like how the club has grown in the like last 25 minutes, how was the whole growth of the club. And the clip he has shown, it was truly inspiring that we saw that in pandemic many challenges we all were facing, some like it was very difficult to renew the members. So till like still in that time how club has keep their battle and keep that info like we had meeting, we just shifted to the virtual meet, so that all the story was really inspiring. And that is the main thing, that in Toastmaster we learn that how the difficulties we how difficulties we are converting into the positivity or opportunity to learn, that how we can see the solution in that particular situation. That it was truly inspiring to see the club how they have started with the journey. Then DTM Samir has explained the whole like how club started, how name like naming has done all the things and the history of club. So it was truly uh, good to see that how things are started. Then the coming to the timer, accounter and grammarian. Timer explained the role very well, that what are the timing guidelines. Then accounter also explained the role. Grammarian introduced the word of the day and phrase of the day. Only one thing is that word of the day is something which I felt that it was not to the uh, mm, connected to the theme, or many people was not able to use that. This was something uh, not connected with the theme. If we would have inculcate the different word of the day, so people might have used the more time. But the phrase of the day we could use that break a leg, it is something do with the best of luck. So it was good, but the word of the day we could improve on that. Then coming to the speaker did a very good job, and also Toastmaster Rajendra gave the evaluation for that. Uh, yeah, overall meeting was very well, and I found it very inspiring. through how club has grown and how we are achieving every day, every Sunday we are like coming up, we are giving a speech, and we are improving ourselves and taking initiative towards our personal growth. That is something matters most. So overall, that is whole report from my side. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Summit.
Yeah. Thank you. Please have a big round of applause for the general evaluator, Toastmaster Triveni. Okay. So now I think it's almost lunchtime. I'll not take much time. I'll just finish off my rendezvous with Toastmasters and many of the Toastmasters rendezvous with Toastmasters. There was this professor in this, what is this university? Okay, so US University, I forgot the name of the university. Okay, so and I have learned this story. I have heard this story again and again so many times. And this, okay, so University of Carnegie Mellon. Okay, so this University of Carnegie Mellon, they have a lecture called the Last Lecture Series. Okay, and in that series, they used to invite people and to deliver a lecture to their passing batch or the senior students, so that maybe most likely in sophomore year, so that their life is going to be motivated, they are going to be inspired, and they are going to make something meaningful in life. So for them to have that inspiration, they wanted to call people and they said, consider this as the last speech of your life. Okay, and so deliver that with passion so that people are really inspired. Okay, and many of the people have applied for it and they have delivered this speech. So this was the last lecture series. And there was this Carnegie Mellon professor itself, from the university. His name is Randy Pausch. Not sure if you have heard of him. He was a brilliant professor. He has done a lot of work in animation and artificial intelligence. He has went to Walt Disney on leaves and had worked there as part of Walt Disney animation studio. And he wanted to deliver that speech, and he was delivering that speech. Only thing is, he had pancreatic cancer, and his life was barely 6 months after the speech, like the time he has scheduled that speech. So literally it was his last lecture. Okay, and he delivered that speech, and in that speech his family members were there, his students were there, like they gave him a standing ovation for whatever he has shared. He has shared about his life. He said his life is all about filling his childhood dream, like that is what he spoke about in that speech. And at the end of his speech, he talked about his kids, and he said, and he introduced this term, which I heard for the first time. He said about a term called head fake. Head fake in football is like you show that you are going on that side, and then you do a dribble, like you go on this side. So you show right, but you go towards left, right? So the defenders cannot defend. So they get off balance. And he has talked about this thing called head fake. He said, I started this speech saying that I lived my life for fulfilling my childhood dreams, which was going to the moon. And he said by man going to the moon, he was inspired by the fact that man landed on the moon, which was next to impossible. And I also wanted to do impossible things in my life. And then he said, I had done and all these things, whatever he could achieve in his life because of the mentors and people he had talked about. At the end of the speech, he said, but I have done all this and I have understood the biggest head fake of my life has been that I have lived my life for my kids. And if you have not seen that speech, you must watch it. It is there in YouTube. But for me, Toastmaster is the biggest head fake of life, because we come to Toastmaster to improve our public speaking. Okay, and we think that we join Toastmaster will be in front of people on the stage speaking, and we'll be confident speaker. And for me, that is a head fake, because once you start becoming Toastmaster, you just don't become a speaker. To be a speaker, you need to be a thinker, you need to be a reader, you need to be a writer, you need to be practicing well, you need to be a disciplined person, and you need to do that week after week after week, like whether it is 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, actually it changes your life. So we come to Toastmaster to become better public speaker, but actually we become better private person. Like Toastmaster is the art of living in private. It is not just public speaking. So for me, my rendezvous with Toastmaster tells me that Toastmaster is the art of living, and it's about living well in private rather than speaking in public. Okay. So with that, I would like to tell you that please remain a Toastmaster and please inspire other people to become Toastmasters. We are just 175 meetings strong. We want to go to 500th chapter meeting. We want to see that we have got 500 chapter meeting one day, and I'm sure some of you, if not all of you, will be there in that meeting. And we need to go beyond that. So for that, I'd like to request you to be the role model of Toastmaster, make many more people to join Toastmasters in Wipro, outside Wipro. And with that, I give the control back to our president of the club, who is sitting on the cockpit now. In the cockpit now, sorry.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Samit Das. So what a theme, rendezvous. So first time when I heard this word, right, I had to go online and I just wanted to make sure, because it's the French, right? What is written and pronounced is different. Okay, so rendezvous. So I urge everyone, whenever you come forward, make sure we pronounce the name correctly. So rendezvous means we meet, and rendezvous Toastmasters, so we meet every Sunday. So Samit, are we going to launch the best role player and auxiliary?
Yeah, I'm just creating the.
Okay.
Just give me a couple of minutes.
Sure. So looks like most of the guests has left. So Triveni, do you want to give any feedback? I think we already got, we already got your detailed report.
Yeah.
So any guess for the best? Anyway, there was one best speaker. Let me just share my screen.
My poll is ready actually for best auxiliary role player if you want. Okay, fine.
Okay. So please put your hands together for Toastmaster Vidita, our club coach, for such a wonderful speech. Okay. And also, please put your hands together for it's myself only. Now, any guess who is the best table topic speaker? Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Triveni. Okay. Now, one more thing. We recognize some of the Toastmaster, right? So we encourage them. You can call it like a recognition R&R session, what we have in our company also. So I would like to recognize two of our Toastmaster. You can call it a pillar. They're always go to. Okay. So first, I would like to call. She's not present today. So this Toastmaster, she just joined in September, and she has already completed. She's in level 3 right now. So
best role player, Avi. So we have not done the.
No. I think this is an old one, so just ignore it.
Okay.
I was
So let me launch the poll. So you get sorted. By then, let me launch the poll.
Sure.
Best auxiliary role player. Okay. Let me launch the poll for the best auxiliary role player. Okay. I'll launch the poll. Please vote for the best role player. We have got 9 people. I think out of that, 2 people are probably host, co-host. Okay. So I think 9 people can vote still. Please vote for the best auxiliary role player. 6 people, 7 people have voted. 2 more to go. Last time also 7 people. Okay, 8. Okay, Rajendra, I think 1 more is you. You don't have to vote. You have seen the result, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me launch the best role player as well. Okay. Best role player. Please vote for the best role player. Nine people can vote. 6 people have voted. 7. Please vote for the best role player. I'm taking down the poll. Rajendra, may I?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Okay.
Just give me a second. Okay, it's done.
Over to you, President.
Yeah. So please put your hands together for Toastmaster Anamika. Okay, like she joined in September, and just within a short span of time, she's very active. She's participating in different club, and she even went till division level, right? She represented our club and she came third. Also, she represented our club in Tall Tales. So she's always go to and always available. So uh, so club will like to give her as a strong pillar certificate, and also she will get 200 rupees discount. Okay, so treasurer, like when she renews, we can give her a 200 rupees discount, and further when she claim from the company, right, further it will be 200, she will get it back, so it will be double bonus for her. So good job, and I hope anyway I will speak with her. And next, any guess who is our second pillar? Please put your hands together for Sweta. Sai Sweta, she is always active. She participates in different club, and she wins award like best role player, or you just name it. So good job, Sweta. And same thing, even you will get 200 rupees discount. So you can pay less, 200, and further double bonus as well. So any guess for the best role player and auxiliary role player? So please put your hands together for Toastmaster Manmit. So today he was over silently he was doing his job perfectly, and I thought our table topic master will she might call him, but he didn't come forward. So but he did a good job. Yeah, Toastmaster Manmit. And please put your hands together for distinguished Toastmaster Samit for such a wonderful speech. And so anything else? I think we are done. We are at the end.
You have become invisible, huh?
I'm having some issue with this office laptop. Okay.
Suddenly at the end of the meeting.
No, that's the reason and what happened, I think let me stop the recording, then we can talk. So with this, we can end our meeting. We
can have a group picture of all the people available. Otherwise, people will start to drop off.
Yeah, sure. If you could,
please start your video. Yeah. Rajendra audio, Rajendra backup. Okay, so all Rajendras. Huh? Mohit, Manmeet.
So how to show 175? What is the symbol?
How to show President? Or will show another thing, Vidita, like you're using virtual, right? So your finger gets chopped when you're doing this.
Yeah, I know. It is hidden somehow. It gets.
Yeah,
you have to make it within
the body,
outline,
yeah.
Within your outline.
Yeah, so we can just do thumbs up or anything you want. Okay, I will take it. Yeah. Cheers.
Who is taking the? Oh, I have to take. Okay,
I will take it. I will.
No, I'm taking. I'm taking. I'm taking. Rajendra. Smile. Okay. Taken. One taken. Okay. I think everything is good.
Thank you.
Putting in the group.